Well, hello. I know I was scheduled for 1 o'clock, but the day goes on and I need to get this done. Welcome. My name is Katie. I do the New York Times crossword puzzle every day, and I have been sharing the solution here with you um for the past like month or so, but to be clear, I've done the puzzle every day for probably consistently the past 15 years. And it just so fun to do, you know, like the thought of doing it with a community or, whatever. I just think it's so cool. So anyway, here we are. It is Monday, June 29th. I've just come off a very busy week myself last week. Got all the puzzles in, but did quite a lot of them like the day of. So I figured why not just do them live at least the beginning of the week and, be spontaneous, I guess. So my usual thing is that I have a delicious iced coffee here. We are in the middle of a crazy heat wave. Not the middle, the start of this whole week is going to be like 90 plus, which for us in northeastern Ohio is very hot. And Monday it's busy at work. So, let's just like get to it. I feel like the time is here. So let's have a look. So, what is interesting to me about this puzzle right here? Oh, by the way, thank you for being here. Like, subscribe. I would love to have a little crew to do the puzzle with and bemoan all of the weirdness that can show up every now and then. So the deal today is I'm going to solve the puzzle, but then if anything interesting comes up, I'll do that at the end. I'll go looking, or if there's a fun fact. In yesterday's Sunday, I can't stop thinking about the clue about oily fruits. It just makes me laugh, that phrase. So I did like a deep dive on why olives are fruits. And so if anything interesting comes up here that way, I'll have a look at that at the end. Okay, so anyway, what I think is interesting here today is we have two constructors for a Monday. I already don't understand how you co-construct a puzzle, but for a Monday, I don't get it. But, I suppose that's okay. We'll have to wait and see. I am going to turn on some solving music that kind of lives in the background because I find for my own concentration, a little bit of music helps me hone it and, tickles the wire. I've been watching a lot of true crime, and that's like an FBI thing, apparently. You tickle the wire. You try to get someone to talk to you about, give up somebody. It's like a surveillance technique. So anyway, long walk to say, let's listen to some music while we do this. Okay, get your iced coffee. Mine is a protein iced coffee today. The only way to do protein iced coffee correctly is Cometeer, the little capsules. They are so delicious with Fairlife Core Power Elite Vanilla. It makes the most delicious. I mean, it tastes like a vanilla latte. It is 42 grams of protein. It is delicious coffee. None of that crazy wave protein powder that's flavored like coffee or his instant coffee in it. Disgusting. This is the only way to do it. Cometeer, Fairlife. You're ready. Okay, I've said enough. Let's just do this already. All right, what do we have here? Well, this looks pretty standard at the moment. And we know Mondays are pretty basic. So if it's not true, it's going to be false. Elmer Fudd, who hunts Wabbits. Hasn't he been canceled? I feel like he has. A lot of those Hanna-Barbera, Bugs Bunny cartoons, I think, have not aged well, perhaps. And Elmer Fudd is definitely questionable, I think. Okay. Impose as a tax is levy. And Sri Lanka, I learned that's how we say it. I didn't know. I always said Sri, but I think it means it's like a title, like a title for like a royalty or something. And it may mean beautiful. If you know any more, please put it in the comments, because I'm always interested in looking for, new ideas. Okay. Make a break from jail. Escape. Already, a Monday for me is not so fun because it's so basic. So a spelunker is a caver, I think. We'll see. I'm going to try to keep going just with the downs. I seem to be doing pretty well there. NYC club that hosted Blondie and the Ramones. As soon as I said I was doing well, I hit a snag. Oh well. Big initials in pickup trucks and vans. I think maybe GMC, but let's... Okay. Tata is probably buy. And, oh, well, I was looking at that. This is CBGB, which I believe doesn't exist anymore. But it was like a very famous club for like emerging musical acts like back in the day. BTS fandom. Army. Ironically, BTS is on pause because they are now all serving in the army, which is required in their country. And I believe that is South Korea. I could be wrong. All right. Thorny Patch. Briar. And screen addiction, device, vice, and GMC was right. Excellent. Okay, that 21 across is definitely area, and QED is, the E is erat, which is the Latin form of the verb is, was. We can look that up later. In fact, I am going to look that up later because I need to clarify what the Q is. You write QED when you're doing like math proofs. There's a point in a proof where you write QED, and it basically means the rest of this plays out as it always does. So something like that. Where boxers trade jabs, sparring ring, I think perhaps. Let's see. Home to the Sphinx is Egypt. So I think that works. Spread as cream cheese. Sneer. Not sure I love that. But saguaros are cacti. And I think the only place that saguaros grow are like the Death Valley area of the United States. I think they are completely unique to that area of the world. Also, correct me if I'm wrong there. Pale, I'm guessing, is ashen, just because it's a good word to fit everything here. And let's see. So true. So true. What do we have? Scat. Mash. Okay. So good work on that one. These are isles. I am not sure the difference between an isle and an island. These are in Spain. I know Rafael Nadal, I think, is from Mallorca. That's kind of how I know about that. Say cheese, say uncle, and Indian bread is naan, which confirmed is very delicious. And I believe it is vegan because I don't think any animal fat is used in the making of it. And yet, still somehow it's delicious. Medium spicy. Jalapenos, I would think. And cocktail with gin and lime juice. Oh, shoot. It's just sneaking out of the gray cells. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I just needed that. So grip, and this is a gimlet. One of those like 1960s, or more like 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, famous like classic cocktail. I don't know that. Ione Skye. You probably don't know that if you're younger than Gen X, but she was in, I think, Say Anything with John Cusack, you know, the radio. I'm pretty sure that she was the lead in there, and then she kind of like headed off into, where did she go? This is Mutt, and quarter or more of one's life, typically. Oh, what a word. Roue. You know where I learned that word, funny enough, was in the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law as Holmes and Dr. Watson. And Jude Law actually says this word, and it's the first time I ever heard it out loud, and it made me laugh. I think this could be sleep. Intelligent something. And driving slow in the fast lane. Got that one right. That is a huge pet peeve of mine, for sure. Women's name, meaning night. We'll see. This is Levi Strauss. Denim jeans. And jives. I have never seen that used that way, but let's see. Now I've seen everything. And woman's name, I wonder if this is the Lee. I'm going to leave it here, and let's come over here. Wading bird would be egret, just based on, there's only so many choices for wading birds. It's going to be egret or tern or, you know, and so this one just fits. Intelligent gent. Oh, and look at this. We have a very light Monday theme. Do you see this? Device, vice, intelligent gent, sparring, ring. So we have a little like repeat going on. I mean, that's clever. I guess it takes two people to come up with that. Okay. Vishnu avatar. Okay. Can't help you there. Ani. One of 7 in the Big Dipper would be star. I'm wondering if this is Rama, but I don't know. So let's get this. I don't know. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here's why I suspected Rama, because this very easily could have been Neil, and it is because this is feeler. Funny that I read initially not snail's tentacle, but snail's testicle, which is why I was like, oh. So I'm relieved, actually. Now, see, this just is annoying. This to me is not worthy of a New York Times crossword puzzle. I don't care if it's a Monday. Like, I can find this in the People crossword, you know, the crossword in the People magazine. One of the Super Mario Brothers is Luigi, and Claw would be Talon. Okay, and this is going to end in list. Yeah, it's a noblest list. I do like that for a Monday, that nice little light theme. It's fun. Oh, Layla. Okay, glad we didn't guess on that. Okay. Like the fourth of an armada, I believe, will be naval and home to Universal Studios Japan. I'm gonna think it's Osaka. And I'm not sure how we actually say that, like, authentically. Is it Osaka? I don't know. Carne asada. On a need-to-know basis. And utopias would be Edens, which is very typical fill for the crossword puzzle in the New York Times. Always see Eden in here. Meow, meow, meow. We'll find out. Cat? Oh, here we go. Okay, feline, and I can fill that in because I know the light theme going on here. So, agog. You know what? When we have a clue with this answer, I feel like we can do better than like a child in an amusement park, you know? Also, agog shows up in here a lot. I feel like we could find another fill word to lean on, you know? Freudian I is ego, and Toni Morrison, sure. Regard would be esteem. Eni, spelled I-E because you're kind of given that. Puffs of perfume. I'm going to think is mists. Let's see if we can finish it just on this word. Long sandwich with cold cuts, I'm thinking is going to be sub, and that should do it for us. Excellent. Now, we did solve in 12 minutes because I was chatty Cathy. And if we go back and look at my stats, that's going to be slow for a Monday for me. Yeah, so even my average is 13. So I do slow down a little bit because I'm chatting. But listen, I'm okay with that. I don't need to, like, have I'm not driven to necessarily, hi. The coffee's still kicking in, honestly. I don't play to really sprint through, you know? And so my times are very much like, kind of just a guide for where I've been. They're really organic, you know? So what I want to do right now is I want to go back here, and I want to, I do want to have a look at a couple of the clues. And just as a reminder here, let's go back to our solved puzzle. Yeah. Thank you. I want to look at QED for sure. So let's do that. Yes. Okay. So QED is the end of a proof. And the phrase itself is quod erat demonstrandum, which means that which was to be demonstrated or which has already been proven. And that's how I've used it before, is in solving math. Yeah. Because when you write out the proofs, you're like proving the logic for what you're doing. And when you get to a part that has already been kind of established by the powers that be, you can write QED to say like, yeah, and the rest of it goes this way. So I love that. Let's see. Oh, and look at this. In modern math texts, it's often replaced. Hang on, I'm going to get rid of this. It's often replaced by a solid black square known as a tombstone. Okay, who knew? Not me. What else did we want to look up here? Oh, let's look up BTS in the Army. Yes. Oh, Okay, they're not in the Army anymore. All 7 members have successfully completed their mandatory service in the South Korean military. That is what I suspected it would be. Okay. Are they coming back? Well, clearly that was important because today reported it. Oh, look at this. Okay. There you go. I don't have enough interest to like look further, but that has come up a couple times in here. And let's see, was there anything else in here? Oh, yeah. I wonder if we can find let's go to our very own YouTube and let's search for Sherlock Holmes Jude Law Rouet. I don't know if we're gonna find it. Is this it? Oh shoot. Ooh, a since okay, that is hilarious. That I remember that being him using the word roue, and that's not even it. So now we gotta look this up because I know what it means. Yeah, it's kind of like a cad, you know? How do we pronounce it though? Roue. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. So I think we've done our duty here today. You know, um, let's call it a wrap. And here's the thing: I would love it if you would maybe like and subscribe. I will be back tomorrow to do the Tuesday. And here's the thing: this Monday, my feeling on Mondays is they just have to get done to get us to the more interesting puzzles to come. So that is how I do them. That is why I do them. If you would like and subscribe, much appreciated. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow. And let's hope, I feel like we can all step up the level. You know, this was so easy. And I should say this. It is so easy for me because I've been doing this for so long. So maybe that's my bias. So if you are looking at this puzzle and you're finding it to be challenging or whatever, all respect. That's part of the process. And so if me going through it like this helps, great. And if it doesn't, also fine. I still have to do them because I want to keep the streak alive. And I like doing the New York Times crossword puzzle. I always look forward to it, no matter how simple it is. But I would generally say for Mondays, I wish we could just either do something really clever that is simple, or just take one step up in difficulty. Because the thing here, like, some of these are so easy, right? Not Rama, but you know, yeah, like this. On the ocean, a sea. We know, you know, like, I don't know if I smear cream cheese. I don't. my treat is on me. Yeah, you know, I feel like basic. So anyway, with that, I'm leaving. I'll see you tomorrow for Tuesday. Until then, kill the rest of Monday. Really do the hard work today. I'm saying to myself, and I'll see you tomorrow.